What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we are going to be taking a look at my guitar tracking rig, which I find having a dedicated tracking rig in my home studio makes things very, very easy for me. I'm not having to go take my amps that I gig with and bring them in here and go through the process of getting them mic'd up and getting good reference tones dialed in when I'm getting ready for a session. Having a dedicated rig to where no matter what kind of music I'm playing with, I have one amp that'll cover kind of all the bases that I need to, that combined with the pedal board, and I can quickly and efficiently get to work, stay focused, and not be distracted by what I'm not hearing in my ears. So when we're talking about having a dedicated tracking rig, I'm curious of what you guys are using in your own home studios. I know there's a lot of options out there now. I know a lot of you guys are using modeling amps like Kempers and the Fractals. Some of you guys are probably using plugs like a lot of the UAD stuff, and there's obviously a lot of great guitar plugs out there these days, and impulse response things that just are awesome. For me, I just get in my head about it. I convince myself, like probably a lot of you do, that I can tell the difference, and before you know it, I'm distracting myself with whether that sounds real or not, and I'm not focused on playing the music. So for me, using a head and a cab mic'd up just gets me there. I know it sounds just the way that I need it to. If I need to make small adjustments, I can lean over, use the head that's behind me. This is a Suhr Badger the Suhr Badger 18. It's an 18 watt head. It's got two EL84s in it and 12 AX7 preamp tubes. And it just crushes, man. I love this amp for a few reasons. I'll give you, well, one, I love the footprint of it. It's sitting on an end table over there. It's 20 some odd pounds, like 23 pounds, I think. Super light. I can go gig with it. I'll slave my Blues Junior that's got a Celestian creamback in it, and it sounds great. One of the great things about it is it has a master volume, but it also has gain and drive attenuation in it. So you can really dial into the tones with it, and that's the biggest thing that I love about it. Pairing that with a small pedal board, I can get almost anything that I need out of it. And I'm running that into a Rivera Silent Sister ISO cab that's loaded with a 75 watt Celestian creamback that's got lots of headroom for the cleans, but also has great, perfect, to me, that those creambacks just have the thing, that perfect speaker distortion breakup. And we're going to take a look. We're about to roll back to the back and take a look at the Silent Sister, and then we're going to come back in here and we're going to put that that Badger 18 through its paces and show you guys what it'll do. I am curious what you guys are using in your own studio, so be sure to drop me a comment and let me know how you have things set up in your own studios. If you're not subscribed to the channel and you want and enjoy content like this, be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn your notifications on so you get notified when the videos come out. And if you dig this video at the end, you know what to do. Hit that like button. Let's get to it. All right, so we have made our way back to the amp room, I guess, my guest bedroom. It's kind of empty right now for how it usually is. There's some C-stands and mics and baffles and stuff behind the cameras here, but as you can see, this is the Silent Sister. And what I love about this, it's got wheels on the back of it. It's beautiful. First and foremost, kudos to Rivera on the work they did designing this. This comes in two options. So this is the blonde version of this, and the blonde version comes with a Celestian Vintage 30 in it. But they also have a black Telex version that comes with a Celestian 75 watt speaker in it. What I love about this is that if I have guests over, I can put it in the corner over here, or I can even fit it in the closet if I need to. And it's just easy to move around, and it's relatively quiet for how small it is. You've got two speaker outputs, two mic outputs. We've got a 4-channel snake that's run down here. Right now, I've just got one SM57 on the speaker that I'm running in this, though. I love, the Vintage 30 is a great speaker, and for some applications, it's the right speaker. But for me, I needed something that was going to give me a lot of versatility just with using this. I need something leaning more towards the 75 watt Celestian, but I wanted something. I've always just been a sucker for creamback, so I thought before I put a 75 watt Celestian in there, let me get a 75 watt creamback and see how that sounds. So I actually got both a 75 watt a Heritage speaker and a creamback, and I started with the creamback and never looked back because this thing just sounds amazing. Let's go back into the control room. I want you to see how I have this head set up, where it's sitting, proximity to where I'm working at my desk in the studio, and how small it is, how easy it is to get to, and really how incredible it sounds. Let's go check it out. We've got the Gibson Sg. This is a 61 reissue, mid-90s, I believe. And going into the Badger 18, I've got a small pedal board down here. We've got a couple of drives, a tuner on it, and a couple of modulation effects. But I really want to just go through and show you the versatility of this amp. So first things first, let's turn this drive down, turn the gain down, drives down. Now granted, I'm using humbuckers here, so if I had a Telecaster or a Stratocaster, certainly would clean up a good bit, but this will give you a good idea of what we're dealing with. So it's got a little hair on it, and really, I could even clean that up because I have the luxury of being able to back off the gain as much as I need to with the amp and raise the preamp volume on the front end. And then as you can see, we've got some verb on here, and that's pretty typical of how I would have it if I was using verb. And I'm just monitoring with this. So this is not being recorded to the track, which is really helpful. So if you're like me, if you're doing kind of bluesy stuff, a little verb goes a long way. And then if we need to get this a little more crunchy, I can bring the drive up. So we're sitting at about 3 o'clock on the drive. And if it sounds a little out of tune, it could be because I didn't even engage the tuner before we started doing this. I just love the way this amp sounds. And that's straight in. If I wanted to put a little boost on it. And if I really want to get cranking with this, let's say I'm playing some slide on this, and you need a little more body out of it. So it gets plenty gainy enough for any of that kind of stuff, you know. But if you need it to rock, if you need a little more ass out of it, as they might say, we can go over here and just jack this gain up a little bit. So at this point, we're at full power, we're at full drive, and the gain is at, like, you know, 1 o'clock. If I want to put some extra hair on it, doing the rock thing, we probably don't want reverb, so I can quickly turn that off. It's just a good cinch. Now, granted, I'm playing an SG, so, you know, maybe we'll take a quick break and I'll swap guitars, pick up a Telecaster so you guys can hear how this thing cleans up and really the kind of clean headroom that you can get out of it. This is a 60s reissue Tele. It's completely modded out. But if you want to juice it up a little bit, and I know they're really kind of laboring on a lot of the edgy, rocky kind of stuff, which is a lot of what I do. So to be able to have an amp that you can dial in as much as you need is huge, but also to be able to clean it up pretty quickly is everything. Having this set up and so easy to get to all the time makes all the difference to me. So like I said, one of my biggest concerns, the biggest challenges a lot of times is just carrying momentum once I have it and not having something pop up that I've got to go deal with. Why isn't the guitar working? Why isn't this going? Why isn't that going? Why is that sound that way? It's the same every time I fire this rig off. All I have to do is just hook up the pedal board and plug in and plug and play. And to me, that's critically important in a home studio setup. So again, sorry, had chili for lunch. What do you expect? Again, I'd love to know what you guys are doing in your own studios. What's your tracking rig setup look like? Are you using an amp and a mic'd cab? Are you using a remodeling amp, a Kemper or a Fractal or something like that? Or are you using plugs? Are you using the UAD stuff? Again, I'm not saying that's not a great option. For me, it's just a mental hang up that I have that I just can't get dialed in. It just gets me in my head when I'm tracking, and that's the last place you want to be. You want to be so dialed in. With this rig, it allows me to stay in that flow and get work done. So that is the rig. The Suhr Badger 18 and the Rivera Silent Sister. Such a cool combo. I feel like in some ways this hasn't shown really the complete versatility of this setup, because you can really get some amazing clean tones out of this by pushing the preamp on the front end and rolling all of the gain out of this amp where you're not pushing much power, and just having that 75 watt creamback allows you to get a lot of really good headroom out of that. So, all right, that's going to be the video. If you're not subscribed, hit the subscribe button, turn on your notifications so you get notified when the videos come out. And I'd love it if you hit the like button if you thought it was a cool video. Until next time, I am Justin Brogdon. You guys keep shredding it up, keep being good to each other, and we'll be seeing you very, very soon. Cheers.